Hello everybody, this is Mrs. Brooks here and welcome to the Scratch Coding ECA. Now let's get started and jump in straight away. You will need to access the Scratch website. So I have just come into Google, I've typed Scratch and I am clicking on the first link that comes up, Scratch, Imagine, Program, Share. Now you don't actually have to sign in to this website. You can go straight ahead and click on create and still have access to all of the same features. However, when it comes to saving your creation at the end, you will save and download it to your device rather than saving it within the Scratch website. So I'm going to click on create. Now when you do this, it will load your project screen. I'm just going to close this box for a minute, this little pop-up, and here is what we see. We have Scratch the cat, who we can move around. We have the area where we will pull our blocks of code into. We can drag them back. And then these are all the blocks of code. And you can see how advanced Scratch can really get if you want to. Now we're going to start off with a nice simple tutorial today. So let's click on this light bulb up here. And let's do Animator Name. Now this can be your name, it can be any name, or it can just be a word. Okay, I'm going to hit the play button. Now the lady does talk as well, or you can mute it if you want to. Now what I like to do at that point is pause and do those steps that that lady has just done. So step one was to choose a backdrop. So I'm going to click here and it takes me to the backdrop library where there are so many different ones to choose from. Now I think I'm going to go for this party one. You select it and your background is loaded in. The next one to scratch on was to choose a letter sprite. So I'm going to go up here and take the shortcut this time for letters, and I'm going to look for M. Okay, and there it is. You can move your sprite around the screen. Now the next step was to delete Scratch the cat. Now you can't delete him from here. You have to delete him from this area down here. So select and press the trash can. So I've done those three things that the tutorial shows me, and now I press play to continue. Now this is the area where you might want to be a little bit more careful and pause a bit more frequently. So I'm going to go to events to begin with, and the first one she got was when this sprite clicked, and that means this sprite, when this sprite is clicked. And there's that piece of code there, and I'm going to drag and just place it at the top of my screen. Now this box can also move around if it's in your way. Then we're going to go to sound. Now have a look at the colour, it's purple, so you know you're going to go to this area. And it's play sound pop until done. Now at the moment, that says play sound meow. Okay, let's see why and how we can change this. Let's see what mine does. Now, do I want my letter to do that? Probably not. Now this is where I need to go to my sounds library to get other sounds rather than a cat meowing. So I'm going to sounds and I'm going down here to the sounds library, and there is a whole range, there's a whole range of sounds in here, and you just hover over and it will play them. Now I think I'm going to search for a pop. Let's see. I think I'll go for Squish Pop. When you like it, you click it and it goes into your library. Now, this is the important step. We're going to jump back to our code and we're going to drop this down, and what you should see now is Squish Pop as an option. That's much better. Let's continue. Now, All you have to do now is move on through the next bubbles. I'm just going to, now the lady can stop talking, that's absolutely fine, and this little video will just show you what you need to do. So this step is showing me to go back to sprites and to look for my next letter. So now the lady has stopped talking, I'm going to go for the letter R. There's my sprite. Have I done these steps? Yes, I've gone to my Sprite Library. I've got my letter. That step is done. And then I can move on to the next one. So your aim is to watch and work your way through all of these tutorials, okay? I'm not going to take you through all of them because this box here shows exactly what you need to do. Now, if by mistake you press close, you can go back up to tutorials and you can hop back into that right there and just scoot your way back through to whichever area you are up to. Have fun doing this and explore the other tutorials while you are here.